Hey fam, what's good? What's good? I hope that you're all well and keeping safe. I hope that you all had an amazing day. So as you can read in the title section, FOMC. This is a trade I took over the course of yesterday, and I would like to show you how I basically went about things. So without wasting no time, let's get into it. Now, over the course of yesterday, well, over the course of this week, we can literally see that we had a nice actual dip back towards the downside. We did create a nice actual gap over there, right? Now, with me basically knowing we have a nice actual huge fundy coming up, we can potentially find ourselves, closing up this gap. So this area over here was literally the target I was, planning on price heading back into. Okay, now before the news event, you guys must probably have heard me talking about weak structure. Now I literally looked at it like this, right? We had this nice actual high over there. We had this nice actual lower high, and price was traveling somewhere around here at the time. Okay, price was traveling around there at the time, basically creating a nice actual higher high. So I was like, okay, cool. Since we took out the high of this actual candle over here, this means that our base is currently losing control and our bulls basically want to take over. Okay, so this is where I found myself having a nice actual bull, an actual bull bias on Nasdaq. Going down to my actual 4-hourly time frame, hey, even if I can just remove this candle over there, going on the 4-hourly time frame, I was like, okay, cool. Since we had this weird opening over here, I still considered it as we being having this actual high, and we literally created a high over there, right? Being bullish in structure. Now, on the actual 1-hourly time frame, this is where I found myself having a nice actual, descending trend line from my actual turning point over here all the way down. Okay, having a first touch, second, third, we had a break, had a weak thrown towards the downside, and had a nice move towards the upside, but with me seeing that we haven't had a proper retest just of yet, I was like, okay, cool. Maybe we can have some nice volume thrown towards the downside before having some upside potential based off my actual daily, week structure being bullish, 4-hourly bullish, 1-hourly. We do have this nice descending trend line, haven't had a proper retest. So can we find ourselves hitting inside this actual area before, having a nice actual rally back towards the upside, right? Now on the 15-minute, this is where I found myself having a nice actual counter trend, one can say, from these actual turning points over here. Just extended it just like that, boom. So I was like, okay, cool, maybe we can have a nice actual dip back towards the downside before having a nice move back up, right? Now I was mainly basically following structure or following price on my actual 5-minute time frame. Okay, now we had a nice dip back towards the downside, and as you can see, we literally tapped inside the actual trend line and had a nice rejection. Now I know many people find themselves going long off this actual trend line. I didn't find myself going long off this actual trend line, to be honest. Okay, now I literally waited for an actual change in structure before I'm gonna find myself getting involved inside this actual trade over there. Okay, now literally, as you can see, we are currently still being structure, right? Having this nice actual low, creating this nice lower low over there as well. We still bearish in structure, right? We still bear. And then we basically had this huge candle thrown towards the upside, boom, just like that. Now as you can see, this is where I found myself going long. Okay, as you can see, we broke the high, creating a nice actual higher high over there. With the tap, I found myself going long, risking 60 pips on this actual trade to gain around about 300 pips. Yep, 300 pips. Okay, 300 pips was all the way up here. Bang, all the way up here. No, it wasn't this actual area. If I can just get out the right area, I was targeting that area over there. Boom. Okay, I was risking 60 pips to gain around about 300 pips on this beautiful pair called Nasdaq. Now there's a reason to why I basically made the previous content for you guys, right? There's a reason to why you would literally risk this much. There's a reason to why you want price to tap at your actual take profit area, right? Before getting inside the actual trade, you know how much you are risking. You know how much you are willing to basically profit on this actual trade, right? You know it. You should be having some peace of mind, right? You shouldn't be having emotions attached to your trading, being like, hey, how much will I actually lose? How much am I gonna gain? Am I gonna look at my phone the whole time, my MetaTrader the whole time, and when I see a certain amount, I'm gonna be closing my trade. Woo, woo, woo. No, no, that's not what you should be doing. Okay, that's not how you. That's not the way how you basically should approach it. Approach trading. Okay, now as you can see, we broke the high. Boom. We had a nice actual move back towards the upside with the actual tap inside this actual area over there. Boom. Nice. Nice. Lovely. 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 And then we basically came back for proper actual retest. Did this shake me out of the market? No, it didn't. I have a target. That's my target. That's the area I basically want to take price into. Okay. We had a nice actual rally back towards the upside. Had a nice actual rally. It was over the course of like somewhere around here. I found myself going to bed, basically just being like, hey, I'm gonna call it a day, let the trade run, let it do its thing, I'm out. Okay. Okay. Now, cool. We literally had price running. If I can maybe go on an actual higher time frame, maybe a 30-minute. We had price basically doing this thing. And literally just before London opened, I got stopped out of my actual trade. Right over there. I got stopped out my actual trade. Call it around about, 8:30-ish. I got stopped out of my actual trade. Cool. Boom. Now, this is my 2 cents I basically wanted to share with you guys, how I basically went about this trade and where I basically got stopped out. Traders, keep in mind that, you're always going to find yourself having losing trades. You shouldn't be coming inside this market with the mindset of, you're always going to win. You're always going to win. No, that is not the actual situation. Well, if you're going to find yourself closing about like 10 pips, 30 pips, whatsoever, maybe you can, but find yourself having targets, find yourself having an actual, amount that you are risking based off how much you have inside your actual account. Okay. Find yourself having those things so that you can have peace of mind. Okay. So that you can have peace of mind when it comes down to your actual trading, right? Many people do not have peace of mind. That's why if they go in a profit, they get excited. Seeing this actual amount over there, and now they just want to close the actual trade, which is wrong. You are targeting this area, and let's say, for instance, you're closing your trade. Now the actual price is coming all the way up to your actual target over there, and then you're going to be like, yes, I could have held this actual trade until there. My target was smacked. Or you close your trade and now you see prices coming all the way down, then you're going to be happy. Yes, it's good that I actually closed my trade over there. No. No. You should be like, okay, if I have a target, I want price to basically hit that target. If I have an actual area I want to enter the market, this is where I'm going to put my actual stop loss. And, let's see how this actual trade is basically going to play out. That's why you need to do some back testing on your side when it comes down to, any pair you are trading. Literally, any pair, right? So that you can find yourself growing as a trader. Because how are you going to grow as a trader if you are already getting emotional when you are in profit, as well as, when you are taking an actual loss? You should be having no emotions attached. Okay. Now, am I saying that you're going to have zero emotions attached? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You will always have emotions. We are humans. We're all humans, but you shouldn't be taking this to the heart. Okay. You shouldn't be taking your wins or your losses to the heart. Whether you're going to take a win, you're going to be like, okay, cool, let's move on. If you're gonna take a loss, you're gonna be cool. Let's move on. Not putting yourself in some sort of an actual dark hole whatsoever. Making excuses, is this, is that, this, that. No, take accountability. Take accountability. Okay? Take accountability for your actual trading. Now, that was literally my 2 cents I basically wanted to share with you. If you find yourself, if you found this actual content valuable, please hit that like button. Please do hit that sub button. I will highly, highly appreciate it. It's me, your boy D, and I'm out.